No matter how much time goes on, and no matter how many times he's re-released, I'll always have a soft spot for Mr. Aen Axler here, or this year, as they're calling him, Aen Aiken Axler. Really does not make much sense to me why they're calling him that, but we'll get to that later. Either way, Aiken Axler's back for his 28th time. No, that's his number, but honestly, he probably has been released a total of 28 times because I feel like he has gotten released pretty much every single year. He was first released in 2006 for the original Cars main line that they brought out to debut along with the movie, of course, and they decided to do only two of the Piston Cup racers that really are just background characters and don't really speak or anything, and they chose to do Claude Scruggs, the leakless racer, and Aiken Axler for Nitroade. So clearly, Mattel always has liked these two guys, but it's funny how they release Aiken even more than Claude. I feel like for a long time, Claude got a ton of re-releases, but it really has stopped. Like he hasn't been released since I think 2020, whereas Aiken, he just keeps getting those re-releases. But whatever, he's back again for 2024, and today I'm going to be reviewing his Thailand variant because I do not have it opened up. So welcome on back, guys, to the Cars Garage. Aiken, all jokes aside, I don't know why he's called Alan now, but he really is a cool car. No matter how many times he gets re-released, that won't change that. I really do like how he's the only black colored Piston Cup racer from Cars 1, and even from Cars 3, and I mean the next gens and the Cars 3 stock cars, none of them are really black either. In fact, Phil Tankson kind of is, but he kind of got away from that. He's kind of more orange than black. And then this guy, Tim Treadless, the next gen for Nitroade, he's just really not black at all anymore. They just completely got rid of that color for some reason. Or shade, I guess. Black isn't technically a color, is it? But I don't know. I've always liked them for that. I really do like dark colors on cars sometimes. I think it looks cool, especially for Piston Cup racers, because it's not a color that you really see on them very often. This is his original artwork, though, and it just shows how long he is. I'm not really sure, honestly, if Aiken would technically be the wrong model or not. I think he's actually one of the few that is the right model. I think they actually got him right, I think. I don't know. It would have been hard for them to screw him up because this was the first time they used this model. But as you probably know, there are technically supposed to be 5 different Piston Cup racer models from Cars 1, for the background character racers. But Mattel has only ever done 3 because a few of them do look similar, but I don't know. Some of them is noticeable. Like Rusty Cornfield, for instance, he is supposed to be longer. And yeah, you know what? I think he is the same as Aiken, so I do believe he is wrong, but it's hard to tell. I don't know. It's hard to tell in the movie, too, because he doesn't have a ton of screen time. Anyways, though, let's talk about this name, Aen Aiken Axler. Why did they put Aiken in quotes? I know they've done this for other Piston Cup racers, but they've done that the entire time, ever since their first release. Like Ruby Easy Oaks, for example. First of all, for some reason they don't put quotes in between, around the easy. I don't know why. Doesn't make sense. But that's a nickname. Clearly, it was always kind of implied to be, because who has a middle name that is easy? Or let's think of another one. Oh, Todd the Shockster Marcus. They don't actually name him that on his card usually, but that would be in quotes too, But Aiken, that could be a real name. It really could be. Why did they feel the need to change his name to Alan? I have no idea. It really doesn't make any sense. But anyways, you can find this guy in 2024. Actually, a couple cases. I think this one I got him from case F. No, this is the case. I think G1. Yeah, this is the case G1 that I got actually Ruby Easy Oaks in, or not G. No, sorry. Or was it G? Yeah, it was G. I'm getting confused now as the year goes on. I always do this. But yeah, I found him in the case with Tony Motorfelt and Chris Freightman and Ruby Easy Oaks and Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen. But I also found him at Shoppers Drug Mart because they got in case F. And he was in that. That was his debut case, I believe. As seen in Cars, of course, got made a Psy new variant, Cadis McQueen new variant, James Clean Air, Paunchy Wipeout, who I reviewed not too long ago, Rush Kerber, and Kathy Copter, and I will be hopefully doing all of these guys eventually. These guys I already did. But anyways, yeah, without any further ado, guys, I'll be right back with Aen Axler, or Alan Aen Axler, all opened up. All right, well, here is Aiken, Alan, as we have to call him now, I guess, all opened up, looking really, really nice from Thailand. He definitely doesn't look that much different, but I feel like different enough. And the main difference that I'm noticing is the kind of like shade of black that they made him. He's definitely not as dark anymore. He has a little bit more of like a shimmery shine to his paint, and I like that a lot, actually. It looks good. He kind of did have that before, too, but it was darker, so it just didn't really show up as much. Now he's like almost more like a slate gray, but he's still very much so black. So I like the change they made to his paint color. The decals don't look amazing, but they don't look half bad, I guess. One thing I don't like about this Thailand variant, though, is that they changed the color of the spoiler to be red now instead of orange. And I just don't really understand that. Why they did that, why they thought that would make him look better is beyond me. It definitely doesn't make him look more accurate, just makes him look less accurate. So I don't get that. But anyways, I'll show you where Aiken appears at now in the first Cars movie. He really doesn't get a whole lot of screen time, so it does kind of baffle me as to why Mattel picked him and Claude to do first out of the bunch of Piston Cup racers, but maybe they just liked his colors or his sponsor or something like that. I'm not really sure, but you can't really say they liked his character more than the other ones because, we don't really know anything about him. Of course, other than that, he races for Nitroade. Or, I guess that would be the case if we didn't get all kinds of other cool expanded universe stuff that Aiken was a part of, because we actually do know quite a bit about Aiken's backstory because of, well, first of all, the Cars Finder video game they released with a Blu ray, and also from the old Cars comics, of course. The old Cars comics are a very good source for finding out information about cars because a lot of times the background characters from the first Cars movie really did get the spotlight in their own comics. So that was pretty cool. Aiken got quite a few of them, and we learned that he started racing in 2003, was awarded Vitaline's Rookie of the Year title. He loves to do meditation called Thai Road and motor yoga, and he and his fellow racing friend Daryl Dragard actually formed an alternative country jazz trio band called Three Cycle and performed at the 2004 Piston Cup Awards ceremony. So, what the heck? There's three really cool, interesting facts that you probably didn't know about Aen Axler before right now. But, anyways, yeah, he has been released a lot by Mattel, so there's really nothing too special. And he has already gotten released a few times from Thailand, like in 2019 and 2021. So he's back now for 2024. He doesn't really look any different, at least to my knowledge. I don't have those ones opened, but I just don't really see any differences. But the quality of the decals aren't bad, so maybe they improved a little bit. But there's the Nitroade logo on his hood there. Yeah, I really do like the paint color more though. It's definitely like got some shimmer. I think they put some extra glitter in the paint or something like that, but it's sparkly now. And I like that. Nitroade, high energy drink. That is what Nitroade is. It's kind of like a carified Gatorade or something like that. Pretty darn cool. We got the flames and the nitro. I like that. It's a very cool logo. He's very stern though. They didn't really like change the expression too much. The mouth seems to be the exact same, maybe a little bit different. I don't know. I feel like it goes up more on his left side of his mouth, or right, maybe on the old one, but I don't know if it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. But the headlights, you got the 28 on that one there. The grill is the same, maybe a little bit more outlined now. And then the eyes, obviously, he has a plastic eye plate. This is a really old Aiken. This one, it doesn't even have a date stamp, so I believe I got it in. Well, I didn't get it in 2006, but I think it is a Desert Art one that I opened. I think I got it in 2010 at a yard sale when I found a lot of cool old package cars. They weren't even that old at the time, but they still felt old to me. Actually, it was 2011 because I was asking the guy if he had any Cars 2 stuff. It might have even been 2012, but he said he did not. He only collected stuff from Cars 1, and this is one of them, so I'm glad to have an original. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have any zinc pest damage, to my knowledge. I don't really see any. He does have some rust on his little tiny axles there, which is kind of gross, but also kind of cool because that just means he's very old. But I didn't like have him outside, so it is kind of strange as to why those are rusting there. But anyways, yeah, he has a plastic eye plate now. The eyes, I mean, they're a little bit different, but come on, it's a huge, age gap between the two. So obviously things like that are going to look a little bit different. But I don't really think they intended to change the expression. It does look kind of the same, just Thailandified. The decals on this side seem to be kind of the same in my opinion. They're just maybe a little bit less clear. Got the 28. Oh yeah, definitely a little bit less clear and less outlined too. There's not as much white trim around the 28 or black trim for that matter. So yeah, it does not look as good, but it doesn't look horrible. Like if this was my only Aiken, I wouldn't really complain, but it is kind of a little bit on the grainy side. Got the Nitroade logo in the back, the gray colored gas cap. That's all the same. Got his flames and everything. Little exhaust down there, and then the contingency sponsors. That's weird. He has Nitroade as a contingency sponsor. I don't know why. Who's paying him? Like Nitroade's paying him extra money just to put that there? I don't really get that. Piston Cup, revolving mood springs, octane gain, no stall Vitaline, gaskets, Gasprin, easy idle, RPM, little torquey pistons, leakless, retread, and clutch aid. Wow, that's a lot of them. Just black rims though, or maybe I guess they tried to paint them gray. It's hard to tell if they're just, yeah, I guess they tried to paint them gray, but you could tell that they were gray more before on the Chinese one, so definitely more grainy. I think they used darker paint, but I guess it's accurate. Looking at the artwork off to the side, I can tell that they are supposed to be gray, and he has no trim, so they didn't have to add any. Usually they don't put it though, even if they're supposed to. On the back, tiny Nitroade logo, little 28, and then a red spoiler for whatever reason. I just don't know why they would change that. This one's got a chip on it, but oh well. It's old, like I said. This one looks like it was like hand painted, the orange on here. Like you can see the black coming through. Very strange. But this one they made red, so it doesn't really make any sense. But it does not match the flames, and it does not look that great. He doesn't have red on him anywhere else, so I don't know why they thought that was a good idea to change the spoiler to red. Whatever. It's always been like this from Thailand. It's not new this year or anything. It's always been like this, so I don't get it. Very, very grainy looking logo on the trunk there. That really is gross. I don't like that one at all. This side doesn't look bad. They could have outlined the 28 more for sure. And then he has the big 28 on his roof as well with some more flames, which is cool. Nice plastic windows. They painted the window bars, so that's cool. And then we have the date stamp on the bottom, which is T14A. Nice gray base. Before it was like a different color. It was kind of more like a washed out kind of gray. And this one's more like a fresh gray. So cool. I like it. I mean, he's not a bad variant by no means. I don't think he's a great variant either, to be honest, but he's not bad. But let's compare all the Nitroade racers now. Might as well get the tires back there. We got Phil Tankson, of course, the Cars 3 stock car. And then we got Tim Treadless, of course, the next gen from Cars 3. They all are very, very awesome in their own ways. I think Phil is very similar to Aiken here. I was about to call him Hank for some reason. I don't know why. Then I was thinking, wait, Alan? I'm like, no, Aiken. So what the heck, Mattel, you're messing with me now. But yeah, I don't know which one I like the best, to be honest. I think I actually just reviewed Tim, and I think I decided he was my favorite, but I don't think that's true. I just think Aiken is too classic to be the least favorite of the bunch. So he is my favorite. Then I'd probably go with Phil, to be honest, and then Tim. But in the movie, Tim looks cool. He's just not as metallic as he's supposed to be. That's the problem with the diecast. But I'm just kind of like judging the diecast today, not really like how they look in the movie. But yeah, I really do like Phil Tankson. He's not that much different from Aiken, to be honest. He really is just a little bit more kind of like newer looking. They add a lot more 3D graphics and stuff, but the Nitroade logo's in the same spot. The entire roof and trunk is just completely like yellow and orange and red. It's like a big gradient now, and maybe that's why they changed his spoiler to red, because it's red on Phil here. Maybe that is why. And I just kind of like banged them together. I hope I didn't ruin Phil. It doesn't look like it though. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. The 28 is flipped around, going the other side now. He still has the flames in the same spot on the side though. Still has gray rims. And oh, we got big text on the back that says high energy drink, so that's a change. But yeah, I'm not really noticing too many differences here at all with Phil and Aiken. But I guess I like Aiken more just because he's got that nostalgic factor to him, I guess. But Tim, he's very plain, doesn't have the like text that says high energy drink, but he's not bad by any means. He's really cool actually. I did actually just review the Thailand one, like I was saying, but I ended up giving it away to my cousin because he really wanted a race car. And I have so many Thailand Tims in the package, so I'll just open another one day if I want to open it. But I don't really care about having Thailand variants open. Anyways, though, yeah, for a car that's been released as many times as Aiken, I don't think he needed another release this year, but he got one. I mean, he was released, let's think, 2006, 7, 8, I don't think 9, maybe in like multi-packs and stuff, but then 13, 16, 19, 21, and now, of course, 2024. Plus, he's been released with Lenticular Eyes, so many multi-packs, even like the Motor Speedway of the South Pack, of course, he was obviously in there. So he has just gotten a lot of releases. Launchers, too. I think he was in like 2 different launchers, maybe more. That's what I'm trying to say. He's gotten a lot of releases. I don't think he needed another one this year, but he is cool. He is classic. And at the end of the day, he's not pegworming as hard as he did in 2021. Like, I remember he pegwormed a lot that year. This year, I'm not really noticing that as much, which is good. But, anyways, I decided to bring Claude, and I'll put him back there because even though he's not a Nitroade racer, I just feel like he looks good with them. They did do the entire Nitroade team, they did the hauler. They did the pitties, all 3, and the crew chief, but I don't have any of them, unfortunately. Hopefully, I can get them one day. But, anyways, that's going to be it for this review. Hopefully, you did enjoy, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on the Cars Garage.